There's this game called Another Crab's Treasure. It is coming out soon. It's coming out April 25th. Since I got into Elden Ring, I don't know if I said it on the stream, but as I was like talking about Elden Ring with like other people off stream too, I would say like, oh, I wish there is like Souls-like game, but it's cute. So you're not like scared and creeped out as well. Sorry, I'm playing with my timer again. Bad habit. Yeah, I always like thought that it'd be so cool to have Souls-like game, but it's like adorable. Like you're like punching like with like a giant lollipop or something. And this isn't the same, but I think it kind of fits in that category of like Souls-like but cute. So I wanted to take a look.
The world these days is dark and mean. Even the water tastes unclean.
Aggro crap.
Need I remind
That's
you
the
all
company that
how
made it?
threatening the ocean is outside this reef?
Scour the depths of a polluted undersea world in this Souls-like adventure.
Hey, you play as this little... Oh no! What happened? Can you pat the fish?
Scour the depths of a polluted undersea world in this
Right,
Souls-like
it's a
adventure.
little crab, and it looked like earlier it was in like a little starfish shape. So I think maybe you can change the shell.
I recently had my shell taken away.
If you can go get that treasure they're jawing about, I'll gladly trade your shell for it.
Protect yourself with whatever you can find, from cans to cardboard, during your hunt
That's
to
so
reclaim
cute.
your prized shell.
It would appear the hunt is on, I say.
I've been working my butt off trying to get my old life back.
But you'll run into a few crabby predators along the way.
Perhaps we can work out a deal, little hermit.
That treasure's
It's
as
so
good as
cute.
mine.
This is a Switch game? It sounds like the Switch narrator. Oh, it's on... I think it's gonna be on the Switch, but it's gonna be also on Steam as well. And I know that because I think I was able to add it to my Steam wish list.
Use over 60 ability-granting shells and harness powerful umami magic to take down enemies in frenetic deep-sea combat. What other threats lie in the ocean depths?
Let's get him go.
As they say,
Sprinting.
one crab's trash is another crab's treasure. Launching on Nintendo Switch, April 25th.
Oh, wait, hold on. That doesn't automatically mean it's gonna be on the PC on the same date, right? Or maybe it will. I want to play that game. Yeah, me too. I have my eyes on it. And this is a 5-minute preview. I've seen a clip of this game, and someone was like, their weapon was a gigantic gun. So I think the weapons kind of, there's just like a lot of variety. April 25th on Steam as well. Okay. This is gameplay, I think.
While the Souls-like games have provided numerous templates for both budding and established developers to build upon, actually standing out and establishing a name for yourself in this crowded genre demands innovation and deviation. Of
I
course,
think this is also such a unique concept.
such a notion is far easier
hope
to
it'll be
preach
fun.
than to execute, but it's an undeniable truth. You can approach this general recommendation in various ways, offering authentic visionaries the internal playground they need to blend their personality with established external successes.
Boss fight scene. Polluted platoon Pathfinder.
Another Crab's Treasure, developed and published by Aggro Crab, is a title that, even at first glance, impressively radiates distinctiveness. Its endearing sense of humor and vibrant presentation captured the attention of many during its initial announcement. However, the question of practical gameplay implementation is equally vital. Therefore, I played the new Steam Next demo to gain insight into the full game and what it would be like. The demo of Another Crab's Treasure comprises 2 levels,
Is that a yogurt? That's so cute.
with the first serving as a tutorial and the second providing a more comprehensive representation of how the complete game will function. The game introduces a few unique elements, such as the shells of the protagonist Krill. While on a quest to regain his original shell, he can use pieces of the environment as makeshift temporary shells.
Umami training shell spells. While wearing a shell, press X to consume umami charges and activate its unique... Okay, so every shell kind of has like a unique power, probably. Using mommy charges will generate slowly when you attack enemies with your fork.
For defensive purposes.
Knowledge.
Now, these objects can break if struck enough, with each type having different amounts of health. Improvising and adapting are at the core of this experience.
Wait, does that mean that like your weapons or your shell breaks, so you gotta keep replacing it? I guess that's realistic to life, but I feel like that can also get annoying.
Players will need to ensure that when they use a shell for defense, they are prepared to either fully engage in evasive maneuvers or find a nearby replacement should it break. The tutorial does a fairly decent job of introducing that design choice alongside Krill's movements. On screen there's a lot going on, with the physical combo, dodge, and block, as well as other spells that depend on one's equipped shell. Special attacks called adaptations and accessories called stowaways are all present during gameplay. However, while it may seem overwhelming at first, the naming conventions, at least personally, are what initially made the gameplay loop difficult to grasp. After a dozen or so minutes, you'll figure out what to do. From what I played, Another Crab's Treasure has the potential to be quite challenging, particularly in crowded situations. On the other hand, one-on-one encounters are very forgiving. Fortunately, the enemy lock-on can rapidly switch targets without any issue, so you'll just need to be aware of your surroundings. The telegraphs of foes are all reasonable, with nothing standing out as unfair or the like, though the exploration can become taxing due to the lack of a map. This execution may have been on purpose to make players learn about the environment layouts more organically. Unfortunately, the second stage of the demo doesn't have many identifiable landmarks, so it became tiresome to progress.
The land also, like, I'm not trying to be too picky of like how it looks visually, but it kind of like looks kind of, I don't know, it's not as vibrant as I imagined. It kind of looks like mulky almost, like it's hard to like, they kind of look like the same place. All these different scenes, like they look like they're in the same place. It's only level 1, I think, so maybe other levels are different, maybe. Yeah.
I hope some of the map is incorporated since the compass alone doesn't provide much assistance, or I'd like the stages to make the location clearer if a map is definitely not included at all. Another issue, or rather set of issues, that I encountered pertains to the performance. It's worth noting that Aggro Crabs released the demo earlier than originally planned, meaning the bugs and performance issues are entirely expected. Nevertheless, they deserve mention. The framerate was frustratingly inconsistent, hindering certain enemy encounters, and the load times for responding after a fall or death were surprisingly long.
It's using a comb to attack.
I'm sure they are aware of these issues and will address them before the full release though. Another Crab's Treasure is a Souls-like game with a lot of heart. Its combat is fluid and enjoyable, and its setting, while occasionally confusing to navigate, sets itself apart from the others in the genre. Additionally, the developer intends this experience to be accessible to those who don't typically enjoy Souls-like games, with an option to skip combat encounters planned for the full release. As for the demo itself, you can toggle an extra parry window if you desire it. Such efforts are rarely added to this genre, as the usual intention is for players to experience the game at the provided difficulty level. So it's interesting to see this team challenge the philosophy. Should the frame rate and progression systems be improved? This is a fresh Souls-like I'm willing to dive into. Another Crab's Treasure will launch for PC and Nintendo Switch in 2024. Thanks for watching. This video is brought to you by our supporters on Patreon. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers providing independent gaming coverage through news, reviews, previews, and more. Check out our Patreon to help support our continued growth, and subscribe to keep up with all our future content.
Yeah, all these like random items, they look really fun. Little fella mode, yeah. I hope the frame rate will be consistent, cause like when they're really bad, it makes me like nauseous. It could have multiple areas as some crab lives around high posts. Yeah, like it only shows level 1, Noggin mentioned, so it could be that, but it does like everything kind of looks flat. But this area doesn't.
Another Crab's Treasure.
I think actually it's different. And I really like their, I don't know where I saw
I'm sure
that
they are
earlier.
aware, with an option to skip combat.
Yeah, see, when the crab jumps, you can kind of like pedal, like you're underwater. I like those little things
planned for
too.
the full
It's
release.
different. It could also still be something left over from development. Yeah, and this was 5 months ago. and they could have
carry
fixed
window
stuff
if you
too.
desire it. Such efforts are rarely added to this
This
genre.
does look really, really cute. I hope that it will be fun. But this is definitely one that's kind of like on the list for me. Because I think it'll be like challenging, but really cute and like not so intense. If the frame rate is good and it's not $60, I'll be day one ending the way. How much will it be? Have they clarified that yet? Another crab's treasure price. I don't know. It doesn't say.